What role should standardized testing play in education?
Well, it creates competition between schools and students and school districts. But in a way, it takes away the focus from the ultimate goal, which is student success.
All right. So, should students' intelligence be solely determined by standardized tests such as an IQ test?
No, there's a lot of other factors that go into how successful someone's going to be.
All right, so discussing those factors, we've discussed performance assessments, which simulate a real-life task, such as a student writing a letter to the principal, which expresses their views on their school rules, which, again, simulates community input at city council meeting. Would you say that is a better alternative to a standardized test?
Yeah, because it gives a lot of different opinions about a certain topic, and everybody has their own opinion on what to do.
All right. And so, would you say that there is cultural bias within standardized testing? Because a lot of tests ask about political, religious, and even your ethnicity. And would you say it's just it's a challenge or a benefit within standardized testing?
I don't think any of that should be in standardized testing.
All right. And so you had mentioned anxiety during testing earlier. Would you say that affects the reliability and validity of test scores?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Some kids might not do well on a standardized test just because they're nervous, or you don't know what kind of home life they have, or what kind of problems there are in their life, what kind of support systems they have.
So discussing validity, a lot of tests like the ACT and SAT have just multiple choice assessments. And would you say that accurately explains or expresses a student's thinking in, for example, math or science?
No.
All right.
Not at all.
What about reading or writing? Because that's more of a comprehensive based subject.
Well, no, it doesn't.
Okay. And so it's not very reliable and it's not very
because
valid.
It eliminates their chance to be creative, motivated, and how they cooperate with other people.
All right. And should schools be funded based on these test scores? Because most schools that have high scores get well funded, while schools with students who have, scored lower or didn't score as well as other schools get underfunded.
That's a good question. Why is that? That's not right. It seems to me the schools with the lower funding should be getting more money, maybe to hire more teachers who are qualified to teach these subjects and get the kids motivated.
Mm-hmm. And should there be a change in the way standard or Common Core is taught? Because think of the methods you've been taught in the past, and most of the time many schools are urging just single methods, even though there are multiple methods out there.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there's a time constraint, but still, should schools change that?
Well, if it helps their students learn more and gets them better prepared to take these standardized tests, then why not?
All right. And so the ACT and SAT, which are usually used in college admissions, would you say that they're accurate representation of a student's overall knowledge?
Well, overall, to get in, as far as reading, writing, and math goes, but there's a lot of other factors that make up a person. Like I said, how creative they are, what kind of motivation do they have?
Yeah. All right. And should college admissions determine a student's ability on solely standardized testing? Because like I've said, there's performance assessments that make a decent alternative because they simulate a real-life task.
Mm-hmm.
But that sounds very time-consuming when
but if you're not familiar with the task, you're not going to do well.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
So, in regards to standardized testing, would you say college admissions are justified in solely relying on that?
not solely relying on it.
Okay.
I think they have essays that have to be written also.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then interviews. There's a lot that goes into being accepted in college.
Yeah. Yeah.